pleasure of working with him lots of times. So he was this tall, and then this tall, and then this tall. And now he's just a big star. It's awesome. So I'm glad he's coming home to say hi.
Did you guys know Michael at all?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
was his teacher.
Anything to say? Anything
This is a very deserving young man of every break that he gets. He has worked so hard, and we're just so happy for him.
Hi Michael, don't know if you remember me or not. Debbie Raymond used to babysit you a gazillion and a half years ago. Congrats.
We'll dance the night away. I'm gonna make you mine. Sherry baby, Sherry, can you come out tonight?
Hi Mike, it was good to see you. I just wanted to say we're just so excited for you and your family, and look forward to seeing you maybe live. And also that I appreciate so much how you were behind Mitchell when he was in high school. That really means a lot to all of us. And glad you're here.
Sherry baby,
Say hi Mike, we're so proud of you and so excited to be here. And a message from our daughter. She wants to tell you to be sure and collect on her gift to you, your birthday present from last September, a massage, a hike, and there was something else in there, but you'll know what it is.
So many people to say thank you to. Donnie for organizing all this and Bonnie. to the Jewel for having this and hosting this, and to everybody who put so much time and effort into making this happen. I mean, the LA premiere was awesome, the New York premiere was awesome, but the Stettler premiere takes it all. There's so many people here tonight that I have to thank my folks, of course. They've been by my side through this whole journey. And you know what? It's not always been easy, as it is in life, you know? And, but if you put your heart in it, and you put your head down and do the work, crazy things happen. As this was a really incredible experience for me. It was totally unexpected and nothing I could have ever fathomed, but I really feel like Stettler and the people, the faculty at the high school and all through the school really taught me about hard work and focus and drive and following your heart and knowing who you are as a person and really trusting that. And Blaine Paulson gave me his piano from his family. I used to go over to his house all the time, and I'd tinker on it, and, you know, play with my elbows, whatever. And he finally said, "You know what? He plays that. You know, why don't you guys take it?" And you know, if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for him recognizing that joy and that love that I felt for music, I might not be standing here today. So I have him to thank for that. So thank you, Blaine. And I just want to say thank you all for sharing this opportunity with me and this experience. It's been a really crazy roller coaster ride. It's been so much fun to kind of sit back and learn and soak it all in and just jump on board and go there for the ride. So thank you all for seeing this film, supporting this film, and supporting me. So many of you came up to Edmonton. So many of you came to Calgary. And I just feel love, and it's really great.
But first, let me take a selfie.
Thanks again to Donnie, and enjoy the film, everyone. Have fun. Don't be afraid to sing and dance. All right. What's next for me was the question. Well, I literally about 3 weeks ago, I just moved to LA. So my stuff is still in boxes. So I'm unpacking right now, and I was actually late this morning because I was doing some auditions, actually. So that's sort of the next step. When you move down to LA and something like this happens, you have to get a manager, you have to get all that kind of crazy stuff. And so I've been very lucky to meet some really great folks. And they're getting me auditions, and so hopefully I'll be appearing out of the screen at you in something else exciting in the near future. So when did I start singing? That's a good question. I mean, I always kind of sang in the shower, which I think most people do. But I started singing, you know what, I kind of started singing a little bit in high school. Mr. Moreleg, you all probably remember Mr. Moreleg. He was kind enough to let me sing in his all-girls choir. And if you can imagine with a bass voice, singing with all, I mean, what a nice guy. That's patience and encouragement. So he let me sing in high school a little bit. But I really didn't start singing until later. When I went to music theater college, I could barely sing above a middle C, which for vocal singers, that's not very high, because I had a really low voice. I think from being in Alberta, you sort of talk low. So it took me a while to expand my range and work on my range like you're doing right now with your voice, which is awesome. And then as you grow up, your voice develops and you can get a few more notes in there. And so, yeah, so it took me a while to sort of develop those notes, but I worked hard. And yeah, so there you go. Will I sing for you? How about you sing for me? You all know this song. Sherry, Sherry baby, Sherry. Sherry baby. That's beautiful, that's what I like to hear. Yeah, Mr. Eastwood is, obviously, he's a wonderful man and a legend, and I think everybody sort of walks into a room with Mr. Eastwood expecting him to be Dirty Harry or to, you know, carry that Western walk, right? But I gotta be honest, he's the nicest, most generous, patient man you'll ever meet in your life. He's just kind of a kid doing exactly what he needs to be doing in life, making incredible movies, and so when you see somebody like that working in front of you, you just kind of stop and watch it in awe. He's just such a cool man, and really collaborative. There are scenes in the movie that he actually let us bring to the table. I suggested, I don't know if you remember the one scene where I'm dancing like this and I'm singing and I start talking to the camera. I suggested that I just said, you know, would you mind trying this? How would you feel about that? And he said, sure, go ahead. And we did that in one take. And I have an ear monitor in my right ear, and it's blaring the music. And I just started talking and dancing at the same time, and we did that in one take, and it's in the film. So, I mean, it's wild, right? So that's sort of the kind of man he is. He's so respectful that he was really interested in seeing what we as music theater guys and gals brought to the table. He was really keen on that, so it was really collaborative. And you'd think somebody who was as legendary as he is would be calling all the shots, but he really let us sort of block a lot of it and do a lot of stuff ourselves, so it was really cool. So to shoot the show, we shot almost exclusively in LA for almost 2 months. So we started in August, and that's actually pretty short. Mr. Eastwood is known for shooting his movies very quickly. We shot it in 38 days, from basically August 15th until around October 15th. And Frankie, who was on set, Mr. Valley, was on set with us quite often, actually. And he made a special request that we fly the entire operation to Jersey just to get his childhood home in the movie. So you do see a couple times Frankie Valley's childhood home. So they shot for 2 days in Jersey, but most of it was all over LA in different locations. And it's live music, I just want to let you all know. A lot of the time they pre-record tracks and there's a lot of auto-tuning that goes on, but we didn't do that. Mr. Eastwood really wanted us to have a live sound. So we had a live band on stage a lot of the time that we were singing to, and a lot of that is us singing live into the mics. So, and that just sort of speaks to what kind of respect he has for music, and he really wanted to capture that sort of gritty Four Seasons sound that is so iconically Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. So.
We are so, those of us that watched you grow up, we're so amazed and so impressed. I mean, you played the clarinet, you played the piano, but now, like, you can move.
I grew up at Buffalo Lake, of course, and I remember there were years when I loved Michael Jackson and dancing to Michael Jackson, so I blame Michael Jackson for my moves. Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, your face is 10 feet tall, and you know, like, who wants to see that? but yeah, it was the first time I saw it. I was invited to the Warner Brothers lot. Within, you know, in itself was really cool to drive onto the Warner Brothers lot, and I was in a quiet room all by myself, you know, with a couple other people sitting by myself watching the film, and it was crazy. It was really crazy. It's hard to not sort of, you know, it's hard to be objective about it when you're sitting in a quiet theater, but the first time I saw it was in Toronto at the Bell Lightbox there, where the Toronto International Film Festival happens, and that's the first time I saw it with an audience. And I thought, oh man, that's cool. The audience, you know, the audience responds at certain times, and they laugh and they clap, and that made my heart sing. So that's, you know, it's cool to see it. That's why I do it, right? It's to the audience. So.
I love the part where you do your rant. Do you have a favorite part of the movie?
I think that one was the coolest. I mean, that was one of my favorite things to do every night on stage, and I actually shot that, get this, on my birthday. So that was kind of fun, because that's my rant on my birthday. And it's also Nick Massey's birthday, so the character I play, it's his birthday as well, which is kind of strange, right? Yeah, very strange. And we were filming, I was telling someone, we were filming at a location called La Cañada, which is spelled La Canada, which I thought, this is so strange, like, what is the universe trying to tell me? So anyway, it was a very long but fun day, and gratifying, of course, and working with Mr. Walken was hilarious, and he's such a funny man, both on screen and off screen. And then we finished the day, and they all got me a cake, which was cool. So Mr. Eastwood sang me happy birthday on my 34th. So that was, I mean, I pinched myself, you know, it's wild. You know, Nick Massey, you don't see it in the film, but if you see in the stage play, he actually passed away in 2000 from cancer. But I did meet Nick Massey Jr., which was surreal. He showed up in Miami when I was down there touring with the show, performing, just completely unannounced. And he's like this tall, he's the spitting image of his father. And it was just really wild to sort of connect with him and then perform the show for him, which is kind of weird because I talk about him a little bit and the sort of not so great relationship he had with his father in the show. So it's very surreal when Frankie or Bob or Nick Massey Jr. or Charlie Colello or any of those guys show up. But they all come out of the woodwork, you know, because they all love Jersey Boys, I love the stage production and that kind of stuff. So. Well, I don't know. I kind of grew up on 66 CFR. I think that was it. Right, I lived out of the lake, so when school, and so we had about half an hour, 20 minutes listening to 66 CFR, Islands in the Stream, you know, you remember all that. So Frankie Valli and Four Seasons wasn't on kind of rotation up here so much. It was more classic rock. So it wasn't until I actually read the script and started doing my research that I was like, oh man, I am kind of a fan of like Oh What a Night, Who Loves You. And it's kind of wild that they're the same group that wrote Sherry Baby, Big Girls Don't Cry. Like what a strange and awesome, diverse songbook that they've had. So it wasn't really till after I did the show that I became a fan of their music. So, oh yeah, I mean, I would love to. I mean, it's hard not to fall in love with this kind of a process when you sort of experience. And of course, you know, it's only downhill from here when you start out at Clint Eastwood. So I'll be probably spending the rest of my life trying to, you know, figure out where that experience is, so or duplicate it at least. So, but yes, I'd love to play a superhero. I'd love to be in some. There's lots of great TV on out there right now. You guys, you know, there's so much great stuff out there. So hopefully, like I say, hopefully something will pick up. So yeah.